Hello and welcome, my unknown empire. We are but less than a week away from the start of this 2025 NFL season. And me, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I am coming off of my team winning, dominating a Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs as we look to take on this season and we look to repeat. We look to silence the doubters. Even coming off of a Super Bowl win, there is so much doubt from the outside noise on this Philadelphia Eagles team, mostly centered around number one himself, Jalen Hurts. They are just saying that he is a system quarterback. They are saying so much about him, but what they are not saying is they're not saying that he's a winner. They're not saying that, and that's exactly what he is. He is a winner. He has done so many great things. This team is not a plug and play. He is the difference maker. Without Hurts, this team does not go as far as it goes. This is a great team, top to bottom, and we look to dominate again. There's a lot of turnaround. Again, we lost our offensive coordinator. Again, for like the fifth year in a row, we have lost our offensive coordinator. Vic Fangio is again with that defense. So another year, that defense was top number one. I want to say that was like the number one defense last year. It's very tough to repeat number one defense, but I do not think that the step off is going to be drastic. I still believe that this is going to be a top 5 defense. Saquon Barkley is not going anywhere. No Madden curse, no offensive player of the year curse. He said, a God above everything. He don't believe in that. So what he gonna do is he gonna push again and try to reach for 2,000 yards yet again. We still got AJ Brown, Smitty. We've added Michi the third from the Texans. We still got who is it? Jahan Dotson another year, and we also got undrafted free agent receiver. I'm not. His name is drawing a blank to me right now, but he has been showcased. I think it's something like Cooper. I don't know. I could be wrong, but there's a nice receiver that made that room, and he's been showcasing a lot of stuff throughout the preseason, and I feel like he can be a nice little difference maker. Offensive line, we are going to be going into the season missing Landon Dickerson, but it's not as bad as it was originally anticipated. And going into this schedule, they already hit us with no back-to-back home games. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, they already wanted to start us off behind the 8 ball. No back-to-back home games. So we have 2 back-to-back away games. But it is what it is. We're not allergic to adversity. This ain't nothing new to us or new to the Philadelphia Eagles. And we just gonna do what we do, keep our head down and keep pushing. Which leads me into this schedule. Matter of fact, before that, y'all feel free to let me know in the comments down below who your team is. And if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, let me know what your predictions is for the season before I go ahead and drop mine. Or before you watch the video and you see mine. But stay tuned for this video. Which takes us to the Thursday night game. This is our banner rising game. And this is against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas just so happened to trade it Michael Parsons away within the past week to the Green Bay Packers. And they got back Kenny Clark, which should solidify their rush defense a little bit, make them a little bit more strong team. And like I gave into the intro, we are coming off of a Super Bowl. We still have most of our pieces. We did lose a few. CJ Gardner-Johnson is a key loss within that defense. Again, Landon Dickerson out with injury. So we have some key pieces gone. I feel like we're going to start off 0-1. I don't know. Something's just telling me we're going to start off 0-1 against the Dallas Cowboys. I feel like it's going to be a close game, but I feel like that's going to be a blessing in disguise. They're going to get their hopes up, which is going to ultimately crash down. We are going to get that kick in the ass that we are needing to come off the Super Bowl. And then and then start off 0-1, close game. If I was to give a prediction, I'd say maybe 24-17 or 24-14, maybe something like that. Nothing to be the end of the world, just something to kind of give us a wake-up call to start the season. No end of the world. And I also think that we are going to go to Kansas City and lose that Super Bowl rematch as well. They have a little something to prove. They are going to go in there. There's already a target on our back, but the fact that we dominated them in the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes do not like to be embarrassed. Hell, any NFL player does not like to be embarrassed, especially on the magnitude of which they did on that Super Bowl stage. So I feel like we go into Arrowhead, they're gonna have a little bit extra momentum. That crowd's gonna be a lot of bit into it, and I feel like that's gonna be a nice closer game than the Super Bowl. But I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs do get that edge, and we do start off 0-2 to start the season again. No need to panic. We don't know what's going on around the season, and there's still a whole lot of season left. But I do believe that we start off behind the 8 ball at 0-2, and unfortunately, I believe that it continues into week 3, because then the Rams come and visit Philadelphia again, like they did within the playoffs, and Saquon Barkley went crazy against that defense. Again, a little extra added motivation to go into it. They added Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford. If he's healthy, willing and dealing out there, that defense only got a little bit stronger. That chemistry only got a little bit stronger. And Jared Verse, I'm sure, is going to have another monster game. Him specifically. That defense as a whole. But I feel like that's going to be one of those games. Like, that's going to be that wake-up call game for the season. That one's going to be 0-3. Got to get our heads on straight. We can't get left behind in the NFC. People going to be clowning us, this, that, can they do it, all this. But then I feel like in this moment, this is going to be the moment where the team kind of click, kind of get going, everything start pushing. Because then next game is against Tampa Bay, at Tampa Bay, who always seems to play us hard. But that's going to be that tough game that we eke out, which gives us our first win of the season against a strong NFC competitor, playoff team, led by Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, with that strong defense, strong coach. I feel like that's going to be the turning point for our season. We're 1-3. Next game is against the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton, Bo Nix. They come to Lincoln. They come to the link. We get that win. We're sitting at 2-3. Everything's starting to push. Jalen Hurts is starting his MVP push. I feel like even if we start off 0-3, if he turns that corner and starts gunning, willing and dealing, and end the season how I'm projecting he's going to end the season, this is where his MVP push starts, because anything can happen throughout an 18-week NFL season. So now we're sitting at 2-3. We go to New York against the Giants. We are 3-3. We're at 500. That is another win. I do not feel like the Giants. I feel like the Giants are a better team than they were last year, but they are not close enough. That is a division game. Anything can happen, but we're gonna take care of the Giants. We're sitting at 3-3. We're not getting too ahead of ourselves. We take it 1 week at a time. Next game, we go to Minnesota. At Minnesota, we eke out another win. We've got 4 wins in a row. I feel like we rattled J.J. McCarthy in his first year. That defensive pass rush, that Vic Fangio defense is going to be too much. JJ, the last time we played him, we had Darius Slay. This time we got Quinana Mobe, we got Cooper DeJean. I think Kelly Ringo is going to go through the ringer the first couple weeks, but he's going to get his footing. We also got a couple of rookies, first years, and undrafted free agents within that secondary that, with experience and with great teaching, is going to just prosper as the season. Last year, our season started off kind of rocky. It was still good, but it started off rocky. People was just let our defense kind of get their footing. I feel like our defense is going to get stronger as the season progresses. So now we've worked out 4 in a row. Now the Giants come to the link. It's 5 in a row. We sweep the Giants. We're sitting at 5-3. Next, we go to Green Bay. Green Bay, I don't like Green Bay. I don't like Green Bay. They hated on the brotherly shove, and then they tried to do the brotherly shove, and then yeah, we're going to take care of Green Bay. We are going to take care of Green Bay. So now we're sitting at 6-3. Now Detroit has to come to Lincoln Financial. Last year they were saying all this: if we were healthy, if we would have made it past the Washington Commanders, blah 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 blah, we would have beat y'all. But then we would have had to go to Detroit. Now they coming to the Link. I feel like we take care of Detroit. Detroit is not everything that they believe that they are. They are a nice team, complete team. They did lose their offense coordinator, which is going to play a vital part in their offense going forward. I don't feel like they have enough. I don't feel like they have enough to beat our team or beat the Philadelphia Eagles. So now we're sitting at 7-3. Now we go to Dallas. Dallas beat us first game. We get our shake back. I feel like this is where they start the spiral. We are on the rise. We are starting to hit our crescendo. We're sitting at 8-3. Chicago, 9-3. Los Angeles Chargers, 10-3. Las Vegas Raiders, 11-3. Washington played us tough last year. We split with them last year. I feel like we're going to split with them again. But right now they are catching us. They are catching us while we are on fire. They are catching us while we are blazing. All guns are blazing, firing all cylinders. I feel like in my mind this is Jalen Hurts MVP campaign. He's knocked off. He is 11 wins straight, sitting at 11-3. I feel like that's 1-2 in the NFC, depending on how the season plays out. Now we've moved to 12-3. We've moved to 12-3. We went to Washington. Now we're at Buffalo. Boom. Now we're 12-4. I feel like that's going to be a tough one. Buffalo, we played Buffalo tough last time. I believe it went into OT, and Jalen Hurts ran it in for the touchdown, which propelled us to, I want to say 11-2, 12-2 that year. So I think Josh Allen does get his shake back, does get his revenge against Jalen Hurts. I don't even know if he's beaten Jalen Hurts, but I know Jalen Hurts has beaten all the four horsemen. But it is what it is. Josh Allen gets that. Eagles fall to 12-4. Washington gets they lick back because we split. We fall to 12-5. I feel like that game could be a toss-up. So that we can be 13-4 or 12-5 to end the season. Still make the playoffs. I feel like we have a strong enough team, if health permits itself, to make a strong playoff push. Saquon Barkley, looking at anywhere between 1,300 to 1,700 yards, rushing 2,000 all-purpose yards, making a case for Offensive Player of the Year again. But I feel like this is going to be Jalen Hurts' year. So many people have said so much. Or what's going to happen is he continue to do what he does, and that's play mistake-free. That's play accurately at his own pace, at his own speed, and just pick apart defenses. All he does is win. That's all he does is win. So I'm looking at a 12-5, 13-4 season. If y'all are thinking something different, please let me know how you would change my predictions in the comments down below. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a nice season. It's going to start off pretty rocky, but we will get our footing and really take over the helm. If I were to give, I can see us in the Super Bowl again. I don't feel as though the NFC is that strong. I feel like we are the team to beat in the NFC. We are the most complete team. Offense, defense, special teams. Nice coach, team like to play for him. Our quarterback is arguably the best in the NFC, if not top 5 NFL y'all can most definitely argue me on that. I'm all for defending Jalen Hurts because I'm not just a stats guy. I'm a stats, I'm an intangibles, I'm a what you see and what you don't see, and it's all good. But again, y'all drop y'all team in the comments down below. Y'all drop y'all team predictions and how y'all feel as though y'all like or don't like my predictions. Like, share, and subscribe while y'all are here. Fly, Eagles, fly. My mission is to make it to a game this year. My mission is to make it to a game this year. I want to, if anything, get as close as possible. If I can get in the court side, if I can get sidelines tickets, I would love it. Fly, Eagles, fly. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you when I see you.